The Princess on the Glass Hill. Would you dare climb a hill of glass? Could you do it for love and a kingdom? Long ago, in a distant kingdom nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests, there was a magnificent glass hill. It shimmered under the sun, a beacon of wonder and challenge. At its very peak sat a golden apple, and beside it, the king's daughter, Princess Anya. She was known throughout the land for her sharp wit and kind heart. The golden apple. The king, her father, was a man of grand proclamations. He announced a contest for all the brave knights and princes in the world. Whoever can ride their horse to the top of the glass hill and bring me the golden apple shall have my daughter's hand in marriage, he declared, his voice echoing from the castle walls. The challenge spreads. News of the challenge spread like wildfire. From the north, south, east, and west, suitors arrived on their finest steeds. They were a dazzling sight in their polished armor and colorful banners, each one confident that he would be the one to conquer the slippery slope and win the hand of the fair princess. The three brothers. Among the hopefuls were three brothers. The two elder brothers, Leif and Bjorn, were tall and strong. They mocked their youngest brother, Cinder-lad, for his quiet nature and his job of tending the fire. "You," they scoffed. "You would slide right back down to your ashes, little brother." They rode off on their magnificent horses, leaving him behind in a cloud of dust. Finn's quiet resolve. Cinder-lad, whose real name was Finn, sighed as he watched them go. He didn't have a fine horse or shining armor, but he had a clever mind and a heart full of courage. He knew the glass hill was not just a test of strength, but a test of wit. He decided he would try his luck, but he would do it his own way. Cinder-lad means ash boy, lad, boy, like Cinderella, a teasing name for the poor child who sat by the fire, in the cinders. The first trial. On the first day of the contest, knights charged at the hill with great vigor. Their powerful horses slipped and slid, unable to find a foothold on the slick, transparent surface. One by one, they tumbled back down, their armor clattering and their pride wounded. The crowd groaned with every failed attempt. Princess Anya watched from the top, her expression unreadable. The Black Rider. As the sun began to set, a mysterious knight appeared. He was dressed in armor as black as midnight, and he rode a powerful, dark stallion. No one knew who he was or where he came from. He rode a third of the way up the treacherous glass hill before turning his horse around and vanishing as quickly as he had appeared. The second trial. The next day, the scene repeated itself. More knights tried, and more knights failed, their horses scrambling uselessly against the smooth glass. The elder brothers, Leif and Bjorn, also tried, their strong horses faring no better than the others. They returned to the bottom, their faces red with frustration and embarrassment. The crowd was beginning to lose hope. The Silver Rider. Then, as on the day before, the mysterious knight appeared again. This time, his armor was the color of polished silver, gleaming in the afternoon sun. He rode his magnificent horse 2/3 of the way up the glass hill, even higher than before. He paused for a moment, then galloped back down and disappeared into the forest. The final trial. On the third and last day, the air was heavy with tension. The remaining suitors tried desperately, but the glass hill defeated them all. Leif and Bjorn, having failed again, muttered angrily in the crowd. "It's impossible," Bjorn growled. "No man can climb that cursed hill." The king looked worried, for it seemed no one would win his daughter's hand. The Golden Rider. Just as the king was about to declare the contest a failure, the mysterious knight made his final appearance. Today, his armor was pure gold, shining so brightly it was difficult to look at him. His horse, a majestic white charger, seemed to dance with energy. The crowd fell silent, their eyes fixed on the golden figure. The steady ascent. With a powerful cry, the golden knight urged his horse forward. The horse's hooves, which seemed to have special shoes, gripped the glass surface as if it were solid ground. Up and up they went, steady and sure. The crowd gasped, then erupted into a thunderous cheer. Leif and Bjorn watched in disbelief, their jaws agape. The apple claimed. In a matter of moments, the knight reached the summit. He dismounted gracefully and knelt before Princess Anya. He took the golden apple from her, his movements fluid and confident. Anya smiled, a genuine, radiant smile that lit up her face. She had been waiting for a champion who was not just strong, but clever and persistent. The triumph. The knight rode back down the hill, the golden apple held high for all to see. The crowd went wild, throwing their hats in the air and shouting his praises. He rode straight to the king's dais and presented the apple. "You have won, brave knight!" The king boomed. "You shall have my daughter's hand, but first you must tell us who you are." The hidden hero. The knight reached up and removed his helmet. The crowd gasped. It was not a famous prince or a mighty duke. It was Cinder-lad, the youngest brother, Finn. His face was smudged with a bit of soot, but his eyes shone with a quiet confidence. His brothers, Leif and Bjorn, stared in stunned silence, their faces a mixture of shock and shame. The king's judgment. The king was surprised, but he was a man of his word. "You have proven your worth, young man," he said, his voice full of respect. "You are clever and brave, and you have won the contest fairly." He turned to his daughter. "Princess Anya, what do you say?" Anya walked down from the dais and stood before Finn. The princess's choice. "I say that I have found my champion," Princess Anya said, her voice clear and strong. She looked at Finn, not at his simple clothes, but into his honest eyes. "You did not rely on brute force, but on intelligence. You understood the challenge was not just about climbing, but about how you climb." She smiled at him warmly. The secret of the shoes. Finn explained his secret. He had visited a friendly blacksmith who had made him special, sharp horseshoes that could grip the glass. Each day he wore different armor, borrowed from a secret place he knew in the castle, to keep his identity hidden until he was sure he could succeed. His brothers listened, their heads bowed in shame for how they had treated him. The Brothers' Apology. Leif and Bjorn approached their younger brother. "Finn," Leif began, his voice full of remorse. "We were wrong to mock you. We were arrogant and foolish. Can you forgive us?" Finn looked at his brothers, and seeing their sincere regret, he nodded. "Of course," he said simply. "We are family." The Lesson of the Hill. The wedding was the grandest the kingdom had ever seen. Finn, no longer Cinder-lad, but Prince Finn, married Princess Anya. They ruled the kingdom together for many years, their reign marked by wisdom, kindness, and clever solutions to difficult problems. They never forgot the lesson of the glass hill, that true strength lies not in muscle, but in intelligence and heart. What do you think? Is intelligence stronger than muscle? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more fun English lessons.